viewers, you are welcome to this very important tutorial. Today I am going to talk about control accounts. Control account is a technique being employed in the preparation of many financial statements, particularly cash flow statement. When you are dealing with cash flow statement and then you are using the direct method, you mostly make use of control account in doing the analysis to determine the cash amount that has been paid for certain expenses or that has been paid to certain people. Now, moving straight forward, I will talk about two ways of preparing control account. People use the T account, which include the debit side and then the credit side, but others also use the vertical method. So today I'm going to teach you the vertical method, which is easy for everyone to employ. Even if you are not having financial or accounting background, you can employ this particular vertical method and get your control account done. Now, in preparing control account or in preparing cash flow statement, most instances you'll be given balance sheet from 2 years. As you can see on the screen here, I have my balance sheet for Ojuku Limited. So I have from 2018 and 2019. So they will give you the balance sheet figures for two particular accounting years. Then they will give you income statement or statement of profit and loss for one of those years, so particularly the current year. So they will be asking you to derive the cash amount that has been paid for certain expenses. So today I'm going to take you through about 4 different questions, or 4 or 5 different questions on control accounts. To start with, so let me take you through the balance sheet. I have account receivable, which is our debtors, the inventory, stationery on hand, prepaid insurance, cash at bank, giving us total assets for 2018 and then 2019. Then we move to our capital and liability. We have the capital account for 2018 and 2019. Then we have the liabilities account payable, which is our creditors, and then we have long-term loan also here giving us the total. So this is our balance sheet. This side is our balance sheet. Then we move to the income statement. We have the sales, the cost of sales. Given after subtracting the cost of sales from the sales, we have our gross profit. Then operating expenses, we deduct it to get our operating profit. Now, looking at this balance sheet and then the income statement, and particularly when you are preparing cash flow statement using the direct method, you are being asked to determine the cash amount that has been paid for certain items. So for instance, here I have how much. This is the question that we are dealing with on this particular page. How much cash was paid to customers during 2019? This is the question. So here is 2019. How much cash was paid to customers during 2019? So the customers are our debtors. They are people that are owing us money. Okay, so it's not paid, sorry, it is received. How much was received from customers during 2019, not paid as was initially stated. Yeah, so how much was received from our customers during 2019? Now you can see that our customers, they are our debtors. They are people that we sold goods to and then we are supposed to receive money from them. So, and then they relate to this side, account receivable, 12,000 and then 18,000. So initially we have to go to debtors control account. So when we are preparing control account for debtors, we start with the opening balance. The opening balance here, we are referring to the balance at 2018 because after 2018, how much they are owing us in 2018 became the opening balance for 2019 before we move to the close of 2019. So we have the opening balance opening balance, which is that of 2018. So we have 12,000. Now, to this opening balance, you add the current sales to it, because look, our customers were owing us in 2018, they were owing us 12,000 as we indicated here. Then during the year 2019, moving to our income statement, we sold additional goods of 25,000 to them. So we then add our credit sales, which is 25,000 here. The logic here is very simple. Our customers were owing us 12,000 in 2018. Then during 2019, we sold goods of 25,000 to them. So in all, they are supposed to pay us 37,000, which is the 12,000 plus 25,000. But then at the end, we are saying that they are only owing us 18,000. So what is the remaining balance? So here is the logic. So we have a column here called cash received. So the amount of cash that we received from our customers, which we do not know, and that is what we are looking for. So we have our cash received. After taking the cash received out of the above stated figures, that is what will give us our closing balance, as we have indicated here as 18,000. So we have closing balance giving us 18,000. So yes, and mostly when I'm teaching this particular concept, I use one practical example to demonstrate. Understand it from this angle before I continue. Assuming at the start of the year, you were having 2 bags of maize in the house. Then during the course of the year, your father bought 5 bags of maize. So in all, making 7 bags of maize. At the end of the year, you are left with 3 bags of maize in the house. So how many bags of maize did you consume? Automatically you consume 4 bags of maize, because at the start you were having 2. He bought 5, making 7. Then at the end you were having 3. So it means you consume 4. Likewise, if at the end of the year you are having only 1 bag of maize, it means you consume 6. The same thing we are applying here. Our debtors were owing us 12,000 in 2018. That's what we used to enter 2019. Then during 2019, we sold this amount to them, 25,000. Adding to the 12,000, giving us 37,000. Then at the end of the year, we are saying that they are only owing us 18,000. So how much do we receive from them? How much we receive from them is the difference between the summation of the 12,000 and 25,000 and this 18,000. So here's the calculation. 12,000 plus 25,000 minus x is equal to 18,000. That is if you want to do it in mathematical way. So what we are going to do here is that by expressing it, we can find out that our x here, or the amount of cash that we receive from our customers, by using my calculator, it is 19,000. So we received 19,000 from our customers during the year 2019. So that is how to solve this particular part of the control account, when you are being asked to calculate the amount of money paid to customers during, the amount of money received from customers during the year. Then we move to the next one. On sheet 2, there's a question here also: how much inventory purchases were made, or how much purchases were made for inventories in 2019? So straightforward, we move to purchases control account or inventory purchases account. So in our balance sheet, we have inventory, opening balance for inventory here, that's for 2018. Then we have inventory for 2019. Then during the year, purchases might have been made, but we don't know how much was purchased. So here is how to go about this particular one as well. We have opening balance for inventory, and that opening balance here is that of 2018, which is 2,000. So here we have 2,000. Then to this opening balance, we add the purchases. So during the year 2019, we might have purchased more inventory. So we add purchases for the year to it. So we add purchases. Yes, so how much did we purchase during 2019? That is what we do not know, and that is what the question is asking us to find. So we represent that one by X. Now, during 2019, how much inventories did we consume? How much inventories did we consume? The inventory consumed is what we call cost of sales. As you can see in the income statement here, the cost of sales is the inventory consumed during the year 2019. So that is 12,000. So we have our cost of sales, and mind you, this cost of sales, we are going to take it out of the inventory in stock. That's the opening inventory, and then the purchases. So it will be minus, or we put it into bracket. So we have our cost of sales being 12,000. So that's the cost of sales that we incurred during the year 2019. After consuming this batch of inventory, we say that the closing balance for inventory is 1,500. The closing balance becomes 1,500. So the closing balance is 1,500. Then now the question is, how much inventory did we purchase during the year? The same example that I stated earlier applies here. At the start of the year, we were having 2 bags of maize. The 2 bags of maize is the 2,000 opening stock here. Then during the year, your father purchased some, which you do not know how many bags he purchased, but you know that during the year you guys consume 4 bags of maize, and then at the end of the year you are left with 2 bags of maize. Then how many bags of maize did your father bought during the year? The same concept applies here. So here, looking at this, it will be 2,000 plus X, which is the unknown purchase, minus the consumption, which is the cost of sales, equal to the 1,500 of stock. So here, by my calculator, we can see that if you do it mathematically or logically, you can see that the inventory purchases for that year is 11,500. So if you cannot do it logically, just add 2,000 plus X minus 12,000 equal to 1,500 and find for X. So you see that the X, after finding it, you get 11,500. So that is the inventory purchases during the year 2019. Yes, I'm converting this one to the accounting format so that the cost of sales will be in bracket. Yeah, so that's for how to find the inventory purchases. Now, looking at another example of control account. On the third sheet, we are looking at how much cash was paid for inventories in 2019. Look at sheet 2. Sheet 2 is asking us to know how much purchases were made, not how much cash were paid. But in ideal situations, in case you are not asked how much purchases were made, but you were just asked straightforward how much was paid for inventory or how much cash was paid for inventories, you have to first of all calculate for inventory purchases before you will be able to calculate for the amount of cash that was paid for inventory. But in this case, we have calculated for it in sheet 2. So we will just move on. So how much cash was paid for inventory? In this case, we are going to deal with our suppliers because they supply us goods and services. They are the ones from whom we bought the inventory. So our suppliers here, they are our creditors, and then we are calling them account payable. The account payable here relates to our creditors. So we are saying that at the start of the year, or the opening balance for the creditors control account, the opening balance for creditors control account, that is at the start here, 3,500. So we are looking at 3,500. Then during the year 2019, did we purchase something from them? The answer is yes. When we come to sheet 2, sheet 2 is asking us to calculate how much purchases were made. So we found that the inventory purchase was 11,500. That is why I was saying that in case you were not asked to calculate for the purchases, definitely you have to do it before you move on. So here we add the purchases that were made during 2019. So we have 11,500. Then after knowing the purchases that we made from them, how much did we pay them during the year? Have we paid them something? Definitely we don't know. So we just represent it with X. So if we pay our suppliers, we will definitely subtract it from how much we are owing them. So we just put it into bracket X, indicating that any amount we pay to them, we will subtract it from how much we are owing them. So after subtracting the amount we pay to our suppliers, that is what will give us the closing balance. So the closing balance for account payable here, that's the end balance for 2019, which is 2,500. So we have our closing balance. So that's giving us 2,500. So doing it mathematically, you can do it 3,500 plus 11,500 minus X is equal to 2,500. Then you find for your X. So that's one of the easy way to go by it if you cannot look at it logically and then calculate it straightforward as I'm doing. So if you do it like that, you realize that the amount of money paid for inventory during 2019 is 12,500. So 12,500 was the amount of money paid because the 3,500 plus 11,500 will give you 15,000 as you are owing your suppliers. But at the end, you are saying that you are only owing them 2,500. It means you pay them 12,500 during the year. So that's how to calculate how much money paid for inventories. So you have to start from the purchases as we indicated in sheet 2 before you move to the cash amount paid for the inventory. Then let's look at sheet 4. Coming to sheet 4, it's asking us how much cash was paid for insurance in 2019. Do we have insurance in our statements? Yes, here in our income statement, we have insurance, which is 2,000. Then let's look at our balance sheet. We have prepaid insurance. For 2018, it is 14,000, and in 2019, it is 13,000. So it means that we deposited some money for insurance. So prepaid insurance, it is an insurance we have paid in advance. So we have deposited some money with the insurance company that any time that we incur an insurance expense, they should take it from that amount. So we will also start by the opening balance for prepaid insurance. So here we have 14,000. So from this amount, we have deposited it with the insurance company. Now, anytime that they are charging us for insurance, they are going to deduct it from this particular amount. So let's look at our insurance expense. Our insurance expense in this case is the one here, 2,000. So we are going to subtract this 2,000 from our insurance prepaid here. So it's a subtraction. Now, during the year, have we deposited some amount of money with the insurance company? Have we paid them an extra amount? That is what the question is asking us. And we don't know. So definitely that is what we are coming to now find. So we now know the opening prepaid insurance balance. The insurance expense was 2,000. We deducted it. Then during the year, cash that we deposited. So if we deposited money with the insurance company, it will be added to our previous insurance balance. So this one, it will be positive X. So we just add the X, which is the cash that we deposit. After knowing how much that we deposit, that is what will then sum up to the above statements and give us the closing balance for prepaid insurance. So we have the closing balance. So here the closing balance for prepaid insurance is 13,000. So I'll bring the 13,000 here. So I'll just underline it. Yeah. So in this case, to know the amount of money paid for insurance, what you do in mathematical sense, if you want to do it mathematically, it will be 14,000 minus 2,000 plus X equal to 13,000. So by looking at it logically, I can see that during the year, the amount of money that we deposited with the insurance company was $1,000. Because it's very simple. 14,000 was there. They deducted 12,000. They deducted 2,000 from it as insurance, left with 12,000. But we are saying at the end we have 13,000 there. So definitely it means that we deposited 1,000 additional cash during 2019. So when we are preparing cash flow statement, these are some of the tricks to get the figures or the cash amount paid for certain items using the direct method of cash flow statement preparation. Now, on sheet 5, I'll just show you some few tricks here. So here, looking at capital, you can see that there's no additional capital, but if you want to do control account for capital account, you can see that here in 2018 we have 20,000, in 2019 we have 30,000. So it means that additional capital introduced during the year or increment in capital during the year 2019 was 10,000. That's the difference between 20,000 and then 30,000. And there's no drawings, there's no deduction of capital, so it is straightforward. You can see that. And also long-term loan, as you can see here, there hasn't been any change in long-term loan. So it means no long-term loan has been paid during the year 2019. Yes, and then looking at our stationery on hand, that one too, there is no change, so there's nothing to be calculated on that one. So basically, this is how to do control account using the vertical method, which is very simple to be employed in preparing cash flow statement and any other financial statement preparation. And then mostly when you are dealing with net worth preparation or statement of changes in equity, if you are doing that preparation also, you also make use of control accounts. So try to learn it very well. If you have questions, put it at the comment section of this video, and then I will gladly respond to it. And more also, I will soon after this video take you through how to prepare cash flow statement. That's why I'm preparing this elementary video, to introduce you to some of the analysis that we'll be doing in preparing the cash flow statement. Thank you for watching. Like the video and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Thank you very much.